I'll go bar for bar with you on last
Okay.
name pronunciations. Welcome to Core Captains, a volleyball podcast.
Where we talk all things Pro Volleyball Federation. I'm Kelly.
I'm Nikki,
I'm Ian.
and today we're talking week 9 of the Pro Volleyball Federation.
What else more is there to say?
Not a thing.
Halfway point.
Well,
I
yeah,
think
we're
we
just
probably said
entering
that last week, that it
Yeah.
was the halfway point. But now
halfway
But we
we,
was
were
8.5.
going into it.
yeah, oh,
And now we're coming out of the
Yeah,
halfway
sure.
marker.
great.
Before we
Hump day.
start about the PVF, I just want to mention that Kelly and I played 2.5 hours of volleyball before we recorded this.
Yeah.
And I just need Ian and our listeners to know that Kelly is really fucking good at volleyball.
Whoa.
Hey, don't blow up my spot like that.
We'll
She's
be
got
sending the
it.
tape out.
She's got it. She is the it factor. I was thinking about this, Kelly. When was the last time that we played sixes indoor on a women's net together? Was it pre-pandemic?
Yeah, definitely. Pre-COVID.
Okay, so either I have a terrible memory or you continue to get better. And it could be both of those things, but I will never speak ill of a 30-something-year-old player again, I think.
Oh,
You
God.
You have really, I need just, she can hit anywhere that she wants to. Literally
Oh my
anywhere.
God.
With a block in her face, I dug her one time. Other than that, I feared for my life.
Thank you so much. That's so nice.
Ian, I need you to know it. Listener, I need you to know it.
Yeah, it sounds brutal.
I
Come
don't,
check
It's
it
true
out.
6 rotation.
I can't do it without you. Whether you're on the other side of the court missing my
Making her
digs,
look good by not
or
digging it.
Half
you're
the time
setting
I was against her, and half the time I was with her. And it's
to-
pleasure. It's
when
a
we
pleasure.
played together, the last at the last part, you set me so much, and I was like, yeah.
Obviously. Hits the ball in the corner on the line, and then cut shot along the net on a 1-2 right in a row. She
It's like,
has it all.
Filthy.
Just when you think I'm going one way, I gotta switch it up and go the other.
Yeah, so I just needed everybody to know that. Put some
Thank
respect on
you.
her name.
Put some
That's it.
legitimacy back into this podcast.
You might think we don't know what we're doing, but that would be because we say that we don't.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. That was all I needed to say.
Oh, that's very nice. Thanks, Nick.
No problem. And we can tell you more about our league later. It's my
All right.
league.
I will say,
I made it
Nikki,
up.
Nikki
Did you
organized.
win both times, Kelly?
Well, it's kind of complicated, but Nikki organized this
Obviously.
league, and it was
Obviously, I made it complicated.
it's but it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
I think people are liking it. It's
Yeah.
fledgling. It's new. Did I
Yeah.
use that word correctly? Does it mean new and young?
Ian.
What?
The word
What? I was coughing.
the word fledgling.
Yeah. That's exactly right. I mean, fledgling, definitely like burgeoning, small, like a little bird.
That's right. That's what I made. My fledgling league. It's still growing. It is complicated, but I think it's gonna be a hit.
What do you mean though? Because it's sixes. We're watching a league of sixes, but somehow you were on different teams at different. Is it like an
Yeah,
Athletes
very-
Unlimited type
very-
of
The-
league?
Very
Yep, except
good.
without the statistics, so we had
With
to
no
make it even
statistics.
more complicated to make it a little bit more even.
But
Yeah, we don't-
who gets judged? Like how do you rank each other?
Ian,
There's no
you know
rankings.
what? We're not going to answer those questions.
Okay, all right, that's proprietary. It's proprietary to the league.
Well, here
To be
here's
honest,
the
we're
thing.
still figuring it out.
We're still figuring it out but what we're solving for is that you really can't play women's indoor sixes unless you play all day or all weekend at a tournament and you come with a full team, right? You find 6 to 8 of your friends. So you just sign up yourself and then we
As a
swap the
position.
teams around as a position. And we get enough positions and then we swap the teams around every single matched after 2 sets. And so we'll track, like, I was thinking, do you track how many points people won, similar to Athletes Unlimited, minus the points for digs and kills and yada yada. Right now, we're keeping track of sets. We're going to see how it goes.
But then
But,
there's not just going to be one winner. It's going to be the top of each position.
I
So then
see.
it's like we don't have to score the stats because it's
Yeah.
like
mhm,
hopefully, I don't know. We'll see.
we're figuring it
See
out.
how it
They
shakes
It's
also
out.
said maybe
fledgling.
at the end we all get shirts.
Yeah,
Because those are the
Oh, I
stakes.
see.
Those are the stakes that
because
we're
we're a
playing.
Everybody
generation of
gets everybody
participation.
gets a trophy.
Yeah.
You
Uh-huh.
know, like
That's right. That's
incredible.
correct.
Yeah.
But
You're
yeah,
the
there's like
problem, Nikki. It's
nowhere to
you.
play. Yeah, I'm the problem, but I'm also the solution because there's nowhere to play women's sixes. I felt like everybody in that gym was like, thank God we don't have to play in a men's net.
Yeah, everyone was so happy.
Because everybody, the only way really you can play sixes is co-ed
Yeah.
sixes leagues. Those are all over the place, but in Chicago, we can just do threes or fours, and now my league. Hit me
Freaking
up on
Woo!
Instagram if you want
sick.
to join.
Well, while you guys spent 2 hours, playing volleyball, I spent hours combing through the new Dynasty Fantasy Baseball League documents that have been sent to me and all the
Whoa.
pricing charts and all the transition documents and the new constitution. So it's pretty much just as grueling
Did you
and
need to
physical.
get a business degree before you like
I
read through
think I
that,
honestly
or
I
you
didn't,
have it
but I
now
might be able to get
because
credit,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
for
Uh-huh.
it
Yeah.
if I went to school.
I hear there's a pretty big spreadsheet.
Sports
Oh yeah,
management, that's a
so many
degree that you
spreadsheets.
could get.
Yes, a sports management degree. Ian
Yeah,
got credits for it with this baseball
with this
league.
baseball league.
All right, cool. Well, anyway, back to the real volleyball players
Yeah.
of our country.
The
Um,
ones that get paid and not a t-shirt.
get paid and not a t-shirt. We appreciate y'all.
It's a
But
rare
hey,
t-shirt though.
there's a place for all of us.
Yeah.
We're doing work over here getting t-shirts and y'all are getting paid salary dollars. So, what happened this week, Ian?
Oh, are we scornering?
We're ready for the
We're
scorner.
we're scornering.
Yes.
You're so scornery.
Like ornery?
Yeah.
Like mad? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That was
Just move
I'm just
past
saying
it.
it could be, yeah.
Just keep going.
clock it and continue.
Yeah.
Just push forward.
Ian Scorner.
All right, the week started on Wednesday, March 5th. Omaha Supernovas at the Columbus Fury, this time on VBTV, which on the PVF website, I don't know if you've noticed, they've changed their color scheme of their logo. It's no longer just like a black logo, it's like a cool green. It
Maybe even a
pops.
Kelly Green.
Yeah, oh man, Kelly Green. Indeed. Hunter Green. This time, though, in Columbus, Omaha came in and they rolled them in a sweep. It was a little bit of a close third set, but Omaha won 25-17, 25-17 again, and then 25-23. Big games all down the sheet for Omaha on that one. They led eventually by the eventual player of the week, Emily Landot, who hits 367 on the night with 15 kills, 3 blocks, tossed an ace in there as well. Brooke had 11 kills, hit over 300 as well. And Cooper had 13 kills on the day, too. On the other side, Kaylee Cox had a good game, 11 kills, 3 blocks, hit 286, but it was a tough day all around for the Fury. They finished hitting 190 on the night, so not super great. Slight bright spot in making the third set close, but it was one of those weird ones where it was actually their worst hitting set of the night, Columbus's worst hitting set of the night. It was the closest set. They had 6 blocks in that set, so that's nice. Something to build on next game. All right. After that, San Diego Mojo at the Grand Rapids Rise. This one on Roku. Grand Rapids started off their double over the Mojo with a sweep in front of the home fans. They went 25-20, then 26-24, and 25-20 again. Carly Snyder, a long night of work. She had 43 swings, finished with 13 kills at 209. Alyssa Jensen, 5 kills, 5 blocks. And shout out to August Rasky. She was splitting time with Cameron Turner on the night. Had 3 blocks, though. Pretty sweet. The Mojo couldn't really find much on the night. Only hit over 100 in the first set on the evening, but Maya Tabron still had a good game, 9 kills, 318. All right. Also on Wednesday, the Indie Ignite at the Vegas Thrill on YouTube. Indy throwing down in Vegas. They topped the Thrill in 4 sets. They won the first 25-15, dropped the second 19-25, then finished the night 25-16 and 25-19, led by a 14 kill game by Johnny Taylor, hit 231, and then Legator, who hit 278 with 13 kills. Sydney Hilly continued the theme of blocking setters on the night. She had 5 to go with her 2 kills and 42 assists. And Lydia Martin, first of I think 2 big games on the week, hit 583 with 7 kills and multiple blocks. Willow Johnson, the big bright spot for the Vegas Thrill, came in the third set and still wound up finishing with 12 kills, hitting 458. But the whole team finished hitting 123 to Indy's 273 on the night. All right. Friday, March 7th, or 1 game on the night, but it was a lot of volleyball. It was Vegas at Atlanta on Roku, and the Thrill fall just short of another try at the reverse sweep as the Vibe win in a long 5-setter. They won the first 25-18, the second 25-20. Vegas won the third in a long one, 27-25. They won the fourth as well, 25-20, and then Atlanta took the tie-breaking set, 15-13. Atlanta finally won out on the Thrill in the night, and Vegas actually took a 10-6 lead in that last set before Atlanta came back and finished the game, led by a biblically accurate Leah Edmond performance, if you will. She hit 340 on 53 swings with 25 kills and 2 aces. Pretty nice. Also a really good game from Pia Timmer, who had 14 kills, over 400. Corey Lewis also hit over 400, had 11 kills. Hannah Maddox on the other side went swing for swing with Leah Edmond. She had 63 attempts and 26 kills, 3 blocks, hit 222. Charity Looper and Cameron Hanna also had good games, 18 kills for Looper and 15 for Cameron Hanna. Both hit over 350, but Vegas just couldn't quite finish that last set. So, pretty good stuff on Friday. All right, Sunday, March 9th. Indie Ignite at Atlanta Vibe on YouTube. Incredibly long last set for both teams, but the game really marred by Lekator's injury in the middle of that second set, and the Vibe won in 4. They took the first 25-23, the second 28-26. The Ignite won the third 25-22, and then Atlanta won, I think, probably the longest set of the year, is 33-31 in the fourth set. Pretty crazy. 64 points to decide it. It was pretty awesome seeing Indy fight so hard after Lekator went out again, but lost on the day, and definitely sucks to lose her again. She was moved to the short-term IR, I think, a couple days ago. So Atlanta again led on the night by Leah Edmond. She had 16 kills. Mary Beeson also hit 325, and Edmond hit 184, but had 4 blocks and 2 aces as well. Indy actually out-hit Atlanta on the night, but it was really close. Both right around 200, just a bit sloppier on the night. Bit more errors. Lydia Martin, another good game, though. 16 kills at 483, and Johnny Taylor still did her usual thing, 19 kills, hit 317, 2 blocks, 2 aces. But yeah, long fourth set that was pretty crazy. Atlanta won the set while hitting 77 to Indy's 111, so chaotic. And yeah, Indy service errors hurt specifically in that final set. But all right, after that, Columbus Fury at the Orlando Valkyries on CBS Sports. Columbus won the long first set, and then the Valks turned it on, and they won in 4 in front of the home crowd. They lost that first one 27-25, and then won 25-21, 25-18, and 25-21 again. Really, that first set, the Fury took advantage of a poor hitting set from the Valkyries to take that early lead, but couldn't cash it in. They were out hit 250 to 123 on the night. Valkyries led by Vanderweide, who had 308 with 15 kills. And of course, Brittany Abercrombie hit 318 with 19 kills and multiple blocks as well. For the Fury, Isabella Rapach continues to be really impressive. She had 20 kills, 231, but they never really had it offensively in the match. And Yeah, so that was it for that one. Final game of the week. Grand Rapids rise again against the Mojo, this time in California. They won again this time, completing the weak sweep over the Mojo. They won 25-17 in the first, lost another long set this week, 30 to 28 to the Mojo in the second set, and then won 25-15, 25-18 to win the match. Dropped that long second set, but otherwise the Rise pretty much had a smooth go of it. They hit 276 to the Mojo's 42. So I think usually you're gonna win those games. Page Briggs Romaine, which maybe we just figured out that like that's PBR, which Chicago. We love PBR. But she led the way for the Rise in this match. She had 429, 17 kills, and 2 blocks. And Alyssa Jensen had 6 block day, picking up some of the Bastianelli blocking slack while Bastianelli was busy hitting 688 on the day with 11 kills. Still also had 2 blocks, just, for good measure. Elise McGee, another really good game for her, 15 kills at 231, but not really anything else going on for the Mojo on that night. And that was week 9.
Wow.
Thank
What a
you,
week.
Ian.
Sweet.
Big week for Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
Big week for Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Small week for Vegas.
Mm.
And so, standings wise, we've got Orlando at the top, 11-4. Omaha in second, 10-4. Indy in third at 8-7. Atlanta coming up, they're in fourth, 8-8. Grand Rapids 7-8. Vegas 7-8. But Grand Rapids is above because of points. Followed by San Diego 5-10, Columbus 4-11. Vegas down
Down.
to sixth.
Were they one at one point?
Yes,
Yeah.
the beginning points.
You want to start with
Interesting.
them?
Yeah. Let's start
With the
with them.
Vegas.
With the
Yeah.
Vegas.
With the Vegas.
Yeah, because they lost to Indy in that Indy's first game of the week, which was like, felt good. Felt like, oh, Lekator's getting back in the rhythm of things. And then other
Wednesday
than that,
match. I
yeah.
know. Wednesday
Yeah.
match, Friday match, and then Vegas got the weekend off. A couple of them went over to the big tennis tournament
Oh,
happening in, I think, Palm Springs.
fun.
I was jealous. Well, Hannah Maddox is having good times,
Oh,
right?
well, she had a good match against Vibe, but I think
Yeah.
against Indy it was I think that's the issue. Like Allison Mayfield has also had some really good games, but also some not so good games. So I think they're struggling to have consistent hitters. And if someone,
Consistently good performances from hitters,
yeah,
right?
and if someone's not having a good day, to have the slack, uh, what's the phrase? Picked up?
Picked up.
Yeah.
Picked up,
The
indeed. You
slack,
picked that up.
have the slack picked up, on those
Elsewhere.
days. But you just can't have two out of the three pin hitters hitting poorly. It's not going to be a good
Mhm.
day.
Also, I feel like Vegas's passing has been additionally
Yeah.
inconsistent,
Yeah.
if not just like
Yeah. I think that,
bad sometimes.
yeah.
My other question is that I don't think you can really see this in stats, but the quality of the dig.
Mm,
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out why one of the best setters
yeah.
in the world
And it went down, right? Like they
can't
were
set the
doing
middles.
well.
Right. But like why can't she set the middles? I'm gonna look for that this week, is like, do we feel like the quality of the digs? I just always feel like Alicia or Carly, whoever setting is like, like almost not getting it. Like there's more out of system setting in the Vegas games, I think, than other teams.
Yeah.
I feel like I remember this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look.
I think
I'm gonna
I
look
think you've been
more.
saying that.
Have I been saying it?
Yes.
I've been saying that the passing has been bad and that Alicia has to come way off the net to do 12-foot line sets. But I'm wondering if that's holding through into the quality of the dig as well.
Maybe.
Maybe
Who
I have
knows?
said it.
Against Vibe, they were doing the two libero
Oh, right. You're right.
situation.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously that didn't help. Well, actually, I think it did because if we look, I think that was a very good game.
Yeah,
And it was like they just lost it.
Yeah. Yeah, and they
So
had it.
sure.
They were up in that last set too. And
maybe that's their solution because they made the
Two
change
libados.
after set two, and
Hmm.
that's when they started winning. So I don't know. But then yeah, then you go to Leah, who is like locked in,
yeah.
unreal.
That game against Atlanta, like to hit
Yeah, it's
255 and to lose, and for
That's
yeah, it's
Charity to hit
tough because
375. I
yeah,
mean,
that's what
my
I'm saying.
God.
It was a good match.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, and I think like you do come out of that indie game where they played worse and do feel like even though you lost again that they fixed a bunch of the stuff that was going wrong against indie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just sucks that, you know, they almost had another one of their reverse sweeps
Yeah.
and yeah, just couldn't quite find the end of the fifth set. So
Is that the one that you said Vegas was up
10-6.
10-6?
Yeah.
Rough.
That's garbage. That's debilitating for the fan.
I mean,
For
yeah.
the fan.
Vibe did a similar thing against Indy. Like
Mm,
I think Indy had I think it was in the second set, they had like 4 set points
Yeah.
and Atlanta came back and they won the set.
yeah.
Yeah, there were a lot of long sets
Yeah.
this week, but yeah, they it was 10-6 and then eventually Atlanta got it to up 12-11. So had like a
Wow.
6-1 run right there and you
And
might
that's on passing. You can almost guarantee it
Uh-huh.
when they get in those runs like that.
For sure.
yeah, and I
Um,
think Leah had like something like 5 of the 6 points that they scored in that run. So
She's all the way back. And
yeah.
they're going with Monserrat now, right?
yeah, she started that whole game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She got
I
spelled a
don't know.
little bit
Yeah.
by Mia.
Yeah.
I think when did Mia play?
Every set she came in.
Yeah, they did a dub sub like towards the
Dub
end.
sub here and there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like Marley upped her game since all of this back and forth.
Yeah. She's
She
like, "Oh,
seems
let me
more in
make the
control.
decision easier for you,
Her
coach."
serves are
Serving good
better.
too, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like she's worked harder to try to fight back, you know?
Yeah.
Only to fire? Oh, just good coaching, you know.
Hard to say.
Um, Another thing to add to the Vegas side of things, sorry to go back to that, is they had 9 missed serves.
Yeah.
And while Vibe also had 9 missed serves, they had 6 aces, while Thrill only had one. Yikes.
It's yikes.
It's
Pretty
yikes.
yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that
It's
game specifically, like they
yikes.
started slow, you know, and
Mm,
they got back into it, but it's like it sucks to have to go reverse sweep every time. Like that's
Hmm.
we were talking about it when they were winning those matches that it's just like it's a lot of volleyball you have to play.
When they were doing the reverse sweeps, I was like, guys, this can't
It's not
last
sustainable.
yeah. You
forever.
can make it easier, maybe. So Vibe,
Yeah,
and then
vibe.
Vibe moving on to then they also played Indie.
Yeah.
That was another like Leah turned it on. And while she only hit 184, she was driving a lot, the energy.
Hmm.
Well, and that was I think like when she's not hitting as well percentage wise, she's still putting the block up and she's throwing in
Yeah.
an ace every once in a while too. Like she's
Yep.
still contributing so much to
Yeah.
what makes them good.
Yep. She's got like pretty solid passing, I would say. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I turned on the Indy Atlanta match after the fact, and so I knew that Atlanta won. And as I was watching the match, I'm like, I don't understand. I'm seeing Indy play. I'm like, oh, this is really surprising to me that Atlanta actually wins this whole match. And
Yeah.
then I saw that Lekator got injured. I'm like, that makes sense. Why it
Yeah.
only went to 4 sets. And
Yeah.
yeah. And I will say, it made me cry.
Oh,
It was her whole family was there.
Yeah, it
yeah.
sucked.
They were cheering for. And let's maybe not play slow-mos of
Of
injuries.
it.
I
Yeah.
hate it. Sometimes I want to see what happened again, but I don't need it to be slow-mo.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Well,
just
now
need
it
it to
feels
be from
like
kind of far away. I can squint my eyes
yeah.
and just get the gist of what happened. I do not need to see it up
Well, and
close.
especially with like, if we're talking about like basketball or something, it's like if you want to see it, you can go find it.
Yes.
They don't
Yeah.
got to show it
Yeah.
15 times on
Re
the
Reddit,
telecast. Like,
Mhm.
Reddit
yeah,
do be having that.
there's some weirdos out there that will collect every disgusting injury
Yeah.
video and post
Yeah.
it for you.
Yeah.
Wait,
Um,
somewhat related to this, I'm watching a lot of tennis right now,
yeah.
and Grigor
Grigor.
Dimitrov, he's older and hotter than most other guys playing right now.
Dilf.
Wasn't there a no, I mean he's 33.
That can be a dilf.
But wasn't he, I
People have
mean,
kids when they're like
a lot of
25.
a lot of 33-year-olds are DILFs. Wasn't he also the one who like they were like Serena maybe dated, they were or they flirted at least, and that was like the
Yeah.
rumor of the time when he was really young. Anyway, the
She's got
point
a
is
type too.
I was watching him play and he was like, my thumb. And then they slow mode what happened to him over and over again. He hit his left thumb with his right arm doing a
Uh,
forearm in the finish of his swing.
Oh, he
Hit
didn't get his hand out
thumb
of the way.
with his
broke
own
broke his
racket.
thumb.
And I think uh dislocated this first segment of finger.
Hit it so hard.
Hit it so hard, and a guy had to come over and like put it back basically, and then he kept playing, and he kept playing. But they were slow mowing.
But the
Tennis
slow-mo
loves to slow mo.
of
And then they would like rewind in the couple of frames right where
Oh.
the racket hit the
of a
thumb.
joint getting
The
dislocated.
only
like,
way
thank
I
God there
will
was no
accept
blood.
these now in the future is like, don't show the actual video, do a Bolt 6 reenactment of it.
Yeah.
So
An
it's like a
amorphous
crash
blob
dummy. Yeah, just like
Yeah.
a faceless.
with the shadows. Yeah,
You
I
know.
like that.
Oh, that is a good solution.
Yeah.
Like,
Thank
I
you,
don't
Ian.
feel the. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, one other thing, real quick.
Uh-huh.
That vibe game against the Thrill, that first set, they passed 65% perfect. Atlanta
Who
did.
they? Atlanta?
Perfect.
Yeah.
65%
71,
perfect.
71% positive, 65% perfect.
Damn.
Set one, that's good.
That is
And
really
Leah
good.
Edmond was every pass she had was perfect. 7 of 7.
Wow.
They were just like
I mean,
saucing.
obviously, Hensville doing good. Pia doing good.
That's pretty spectacular.
That was where it was just the three of them. Does
Yep.
that happen to everybody? God, I always forget. Are all of the teams just having the two outsides and the libero pass all the
Yes.
time?
Yes.
No right sides are passing.
No. I haven't seen
Nope.
I don't think I've seen it at all.
Never Merritt.
No, yeah, I don't think so.
Never Brittany.
Never Brittany.
No.
I will say, as a right side, if when they summon me, my soul leaves my body. I don't like it.
I
don't
have
like
to say, I
passing.
think this is going to change in when? I couldn't say. 5
I
years,
would-
10 years?
I mean, I would say that it's probably to their advantage to have another person that can pass in times of need. But from a practice standpoint, to have three passers and that's all you do. It's all
Mm-hmm.
you practice over and over and again. Like you can
It
get
is a
those
good
reps
energy.
in pretty
You
easily.
can get the reps and you can like build the
The
relationship.
permutations are a little easier to manage with three
I just
people.
think the youth is going to start
Yeah.
training
Yeah. I mean, I think
every
we've
pin hitter to pass.
yeah. I think we've already seen it. Like middles are a lot better at back row
But like,
activities.
what's the?
And they're gonna need
what's
to
the
get better.
does it just mean that like there's more for them to have to think about if they're bringing in another passer? Does that mean they don't?
Well, no, we're not saying that they would have four people pass. We're just
Yeah.
saying that, in the
could
case of,
trade in an extra passer?
yeah, for example,
Yeah.
like because most of the time you have a front row, well, because it's two outsides in the libero passing, right? So one of those outsides is a front row player.
Gonna go hit.
So you could see this, it might be beneficial to not have them pass, like go get ready to hit, don't become a target, and have the right side who's in back row pass. Because they're not, I mean, they're going to hit back row, but
Sweet.
I think we'll see it someday.
yeah,
I don't know
it is
why I
kind of
keep
surprising we
forgetting.
don't see it at all, but
Yeah, at
Yeah.
this level.
They're just fully specialized at this level now.
yeah, I think
I think so.
that does happen. Is there anything else about the indie vibe game? I just,
I mean, two of those the 28-26 set that Indy lost and a 33-31 set that they lost in the same match.
yeah,
Seems like that sucks.
yeah.
Brutality.
I remember for the second set, the second set, but the first one that went long,
Hmm.
it like vibe just turned it on. It really made me say, "Oh, this is the team from last year. Like this is the vibe that I remember." And we just haven't seen we've just been seeing glimpses of it. I think this 2-win week I think is gonna propel them a little bit more.
Yeah. The one last thing I would say for Indy is like Lydia Martin's been really good for them,
Oh
and it
yeah.
was pretty cool. You're like, oh, Lekator's going to come back, and obviously it's disheartening,
Hmm.
but she did just get placed on short term injured
Yeah.
reserve,
Yeah. As
whether or
brutal
not
as
that's
the
permanent. Yeah,
replay made
like
it look, I do think it was just a
yeah,
sprain, but like I
yeah.
think
There's
just in
no
slow-mo, it
yeah. I'm
just
sure she could, if it
yeah.
ends up being worse, could get moved to long term, but not that we know of yet. So
Yeah.
Was
it
that
just
on
sucks because it
Sunday,
seems
the
like
injury?
similar thing. Yeah,
Yes.
It was
yeah,
Sunday.
Yep.
yeah. The
Okay.
ninth.
Yeah, just doing some math over here because I have a TikTok that I wanted to talk
Oh
about.
yeah.
So Lek posted a TikTok 4 days ago. She was walking on a treadmill. Time of recording is Tuesday. She got hurt on Sunday. So I was trying to think like, well, maybe she's already walking. No, that's not the case. However, that's not why I wanted to talk about the TikTok. I want to talk about the TikTok because it's a, I don't know if this is a trend. Kelly might need your cosign on this, but it's a video of Lek and Sydney Hilly on treadmills, and like one person says, "Can we leave?" And then the other person says like something triggering,
That is a
and then the other
trend, yeah.
person starts walking faster, right?
Yeah.
So Lek does one. It's like kind of a standard "you're too short" thing,
Yep.
Classic.
classic. And then Sydney goes, "Can we leave?" And Lek says, "Remember when your coach said he got fired for starting you?" And everyone's suspecting that they mean the Omaha coach from last year, who was the head coach for 2 matches before they moved him
Oh yeah.
to the back office and put Bird in.
Oh yeah.
That's funny.
I just commented, "Oh, that's some tea," and some people liked it, not the players. But then the other part was like, so like you could think like, oh, this person has had a lot of
A
coaches,
lot. There's been a lot of coaches.
But
Yeah.
Jess Schmidt laughed at it, and that she was one of the assistants. Like,
Oh, interesting.
sure seems like it's
I mean,
Omaha.
and then it would make sense why would you leave Omaha after you just won your it always kind of struck me as a little odd that she left.
Yeah, right.
Um,
Well, there was some setter to setter
yeah.
energy,
Yeah.
that competition.
Yeah.
I mean, in any team where you've got that role, call it quarterback, if you will. Um, and that's such an integral like leadership role on the court. In all of these, I always talk, all these teams have two like sometimes really good setters, and it
Yeah.
feels
Yeah.
like it could be contentious, and it's up to the coach to not make it contentious, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and
Oh my God.
they fail at that.
Dude, the first quarterback controversy in the NFL this year, I'm gonna go to a bar, I'm gonna be like, dude, this is like the Omaha Supernova setter situation
You know
last
what,
year.
Ian, please do that.
I'm
Because
gonna
Yeah.
be
you're a
like,
feminist, Ian.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna be like, this is like, this QB room thing feels like setter politics to me,
It
you know?
honestly
Like,
feels like an NVA Sydney Hilly
yeah,
And you
I
situation.
could
would
say
say
That
the
like this
quarterback
quarterback is
the
kind of like
quarterback
the
is
setter
this
of the
yeah,
team.
it's almost like the center of the team.
Yeah, I'm starting to get this.
well, great. Yeah, so that was my first little bit of gossip to share for this
Sick.
episode. Later on, I'll chime in with some other gossip. But
I love the
XOXO.
gossip tease.
XOXO. Fun. Thanks, players, for making TikToks. We'll
Yeah.
be in
Yeah, that's
there.
good.
We'll be commenting.
And as we know, Nikki has her degree in investigative journalism
Hmm.
That would be
via
correct.
Yeah.
social media.
Her investigative journalism PhD was about TikTok stalking.
Lurking specifically on all of the different social medias. Do I produce content? No.
It's not what it's for.
That's not what it's
It's
for.
a spying platform.
Okay, perhaps could we talk about Grand Rapids?
Yeah, of
I'm
Weak.
course.
so proud of them.
And it's pretty easy to talk about them this week because they played the same team twice. So we can talk about them
Oh
and Mojo.
God.
In each building too.
Wow.
bizarre. So when they played at Grand Rapids the first time, Wednesday,
Yeah.
that was, I think, our first Roku production.
Uh-huh.
Indeed.
Was it the first? It was the first that I had watched, and I loved it. I thought they did a great job.
Oh, wonderful.
I believe that they got there and they were like, listen, your camera being a little bit off center, we're gonna have to stop that. We're gonna have to nip that in the bud
That's
for this
not up to
production.
Roku quality.
That's not good for Roku. They took 3 seats out, unbolted them. I think that CBS does this too. I don't know why they just won't do it for all of the YouTube. Like you've already unbolted the chairs. What do I know? But they had like a much better centered view. They had, I believe, AJ and Madison were the announcers. AJ does a lot of Vegas, Madison does a lot of Orlando, and they did a great job. And then on-screen graphics,
Ooh.
zoom ins. Oh, their replay timing was gorgeous. Quick
Wow.
transitions.
Have to
Play
check
the
those
replay.
out.
Get out before the serve starts. So thank you, Roku production team. I admire you. Anyway, the
Is there
volleyball.
anything that you want to say about the volleyball that you watched or
I don't
Honestly,
know.
it's tough. Like it is, the Mojo beat them last week, earlier in the week, right?
Uh-huh.
Earlier last week
Yeah.
they played.
Week
Yeah.
8. When we were still looking at the halfway point.
Yeah. And Mojo
Right.
won. But this one, like this whole week, these two matches, it's nice to win them, obviously, both for the Rise. But I mean, San Diego hit like 122 and
They hit butt.
42.
They hit butt.
Major butt
But
on the butt
Major
scale.
butt. Major
but
butt on that scale.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
together
what's
under
going on?
100. Not much going on there.
they have, I think, the same problem as Vegas is that they keep trying a bunch of different people and everyone's spotty.
Yeah, no one's passing.
Uh-huh.
They're not getting it done.
Oh gosh. I look at these stats and I go, ugh.
Not enough
Ugh.
aces to the errors. Yeah,
I
it's
mean, Shara, God lover. How are you going to pass 28% positive as a libero?
that's not good.
It's not good. It's the worst on the team. No, Maya also hit 28% positive when she came in.
Mm,
And then, oh, not hit, passed, sorry. And then
yes, yeah.
hit negative.
I will say in the past, like Reagan Pittman has had better games.
Yeah, but she
Um,
also played fine. It just, she didn't play unbelievable and it couldn't get them out of it,
yeah. Well, I mean the first
right?
first one she hit negative.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at the second one.
Yeah,
It's
I
so
mean the second
hard.
one again, yeah, it wasn't, but
Yeah, you're right.
also not helping.
No, these are bad passing numbers. Hey,
Yeah.
from Rise, Shamay's still not playing. She's on active, but
She played in the second one. This
oh,
is all
yes, the
very confusing to talk
second.
about.
It really is
These
confusing.
two.
We thought that it was going to be easy and
Yeah.
fun. She played in the second one.
She played in the second one.
That
She
was her
played
return.
well. Yep.
Way to
She,
go,
yep.
Shamay.
I think that's a big win for them. Carly got out of the rut of the Player of the Week curse in the first
Let's
match
start.
and then went down a little bit.
Yeah,
But again, still putting up amazing passing numbers. So I do not, you do you, girl.
that's
I'm
right.
I'm here for you.
It looks like in the second one they had Valeria dressed as the second libero, but she didn't play.
Yeah.
That continues to be. I think Elena Ogilvy is the right choice. Ogilvy, not Ogilvy. My bad. I caught myself though right away, and I do think she's playing great. It's just that is kind of odd to me. Like one
Yeah.
of the top liberos in the league last year is now like
Yeah.
does not have a spot.
Yeah. It's strange.
Another little piece of it's not gossip. It's just like observation. So in the first match, August Rasky had an ankle situation,
Oh no.
right? In like the first point, she came down on Kendra Dahlke's foot, I think. And this was the Roku broadcast.
Did they do a slow-mo of the injury?
They did a replay, but not a slow-mo. And then they didn't do it.
Respectful.
It was one
Yeah.
replay and it was done.
And then she
Um,
played the whole next game.
Yeah.
Right. So she like, and then she was like bouncing around on the sidelines after, but at first it looked kind of bad.
Yeah.
And they were again, good job on the production. They were like zoomed in on her walking off the court, not her injury. But like
Mm.
she was talking with the trainer, and then kind of out of nowhere, she whips her head to the court and shoots a death glare to somebody. And I was like, ooh, did someone say something? Did your old team make a comment? Like, what's going on? A couple people, other people clocked it in the Discord, and I was like, I think I'm gonna need to ask her about it. And I did. And she said, LOL, I didn't even realize I did that. Nah, I was just super pissed.
Damn.
Oh,
So dispel the rumors.
It was just general pissed.
just
I
She
general.
mean,
wasn't on the floor. She
that's
wanted to see the point and be like, oh,
that's
I
the
could be on the floor.
line. That's the PR line that we've been given.
Yeah, okay.
Uh, I
But
mean,
dispel the
do you think
rumors.
if she was like, yeah, like, do you think she'd tell you if
Yeah,
she?
I think she would tell me, but then I wouldn't tell all of you listeners
True.
because
No, that would
We're,
just go
I
right in
I
the burn
respect
book.
we
I
gotta,
respect player podcast
we gotta, yeah, we gotta
confidentiality.
Yeah.
keep our integrity. Okay.
We would keep our integrity. August, if you do want to walk that back, I won't tell anybody. Give me the tea. Who was it? Who was it?
I gotta say, I am very surprised that Paige Briggs Romine did not get Player of the Week.
Yeah.
We're recording this post Player of the Week announcement.
Uh-huh.
And I guess that kind of leads into another match that we can talk about because the Player of the Week was Emily Londot. Of course, we're all kind of like we all got some feelings about Omaha, right? With
I
all
don't
What do you
know.
mean?
and
Me?
I'm
all
kind of
these
becoming contrarian now
Oh,
because
so now you're
Nikki
like
hates them
all
so
in.
much that now I'm
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah.
into it. Also,
But
Listen,
I
it's like,
was gonna
listen,
okay,
say,
but hold on.
listen.
They played one match and they got their Player of the Week from that, and then Paige is out here hitting over 400
Mm-hmm.
as an outside.
Mm-hmm. No, it's kind of weird. I don't like it. Maybe they just agreed to drop the MLB stuff, and so PVF had to reward them right away.
Oh, yeah, maybe this is pointing to a bigger conspiracy.
I mean, I don't know. Is that the first time that Emily Lon? I mean, what she hit 367.
They only played one
yeah,
match. She
but
had
it's
30
not her
swings.
fault that they
Again,
just like dominated
she
and she
also
led the team.
she has had some really good games in the past few weeks. So I'm like,
Yeah,
great. But
it's additive.
I whatever.
You wanted it to go to PBR.
But see,
I hear
like
Well, to the
you.
this,
PBR.
listen, I'm into PBR. Also, Nikki, this is just for you. Cut this out. Romine. That's for you to cut in when I call her Romaine all the time. So like
You sure I
that's
can't
just
leave that in?
that's an A that's ADR for you.
That's the intro.
That's ADR.
So when I said it, you went.
I mean, I
Romaine
I
lettuce.
always think about it like
I know.
when I'm doing and it's just, it comes out. What can I do?
Okay. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
Here's
Anyway.
my defense of the player of the week
Okay.
announcement.
Okay.
Okay. I want to
And
hear
it's
it.
really just that we've talked about this many a time before, right? We don't love the counting stats. Those are just counting. The more sets you play, the more you count. So like is it your fault if your team is so dominant that they only play 3 sets in a week and just crush the opposition under your foot and you have 15 kills and 3 blocks and an ace and they're just like, "Damn, we'll give you player of the week." Because even though you played 3 sets, on average, maybe they were 3 of the best sets that we saw.
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Grand
great.
Rapids swept once and beat them in four another time.
Yeah, but they hit 111 and 42. You beat a team that hit like 90 over 2 matches
All right.
against you.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, but that doesn't inform Paige's
True.
hitting percentage. And I would
All right,
say,
well,
yeah, when you have more sets and more matches, I think it's harder to keep a high percentage.
as evidenced by Vegas's performance lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, good for Omaha. They won. Good job.
Good job. Here's the thing. I just
yeah.
don't want them to win at all. I'm fine if they have a regular ass time.
Yeah. Columbus has lost their fury.
Oh, they're no longer furious.
Columbus is
I don't.
furious for different reasons.
Yeah.
Mildly annoyed.
Mildly. Mildly annoyed.
Yeah.
I mean, they
It's a
were
tough week,
rolling in
though.
that first set against Orlando.
Yeah. It's a tough week, though, to come out and yeah, get swept by Omaha and then have to also play Orlando when you're not
Yeah,
playing super well.
that's a tough
For sure.
schedule.
And
Yeah.
you don't have Lush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was that same, like I said earlier, like that was the same type of thing in that game they had against the Valkyries where they did win that long first set, but it kind of felt like it was more down to the Valkyries just hitting more in that like 100 range with them.
Hmm.
And then the
Yeah.
Fury kept hitting that way and the Valkyries ended up just yeah, figuring it out in the game and dominating those last three sets.
So Izzy Rapach, I did a little dive into her history. She's played pro for a long time,
Yeah.
actually. I'm starting to feel like with Lush being absent, she's kind of stepping forward a little bit as like the adult in the room.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
she's
don't,
I feel
obviously
that.
taken a lot of responsibility for a
yeah,
Yeah.
lot of everything they do on the court. So
Yeah.
totally. It's just like I feel like these rookies are not sure what to do
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah. It's similar. I can't remember who we were talking about earlier, but it's like Raina Terry had some great matches,
Mhm.
and then maybe it's not so good.
Mhm.
mhm.
And when we're missing Megan,
Halfway through, like how much are they practicing, especially in these
yeah.
tight weeks like that, especially yeah, if you're a team of a bunch of young players still trying to figure out what you do best, that seems like a tough environment to figure that stuff out.
I didn't talk about it, but last week Columbus was at San Diego
So that's San
and
Diego's second game of that week. Yeah.
and Kendall Kipp was behind the
Oh,
bench.
yeah, more tea.
Um,
But she got injured
she
abroad.
was injured, so she was playing in Turkey. She got injured and she went home to get it taken care of, like to get it fixed. I think a surgery. I don't actually know for sure,
I
but
think
she
it
definitely
was
had
a
like a
season-ending injury. I
yeah,
believe she like posted about it.
yeah. And so like, why is she coming? Just to say hi to Angel?
Probably.
Not a lot of teammates from last year to say hi to.
Yeah.
This team is mostly new people,
Well,
but I'm still kind of like,
where's she from?
she's from around San Diego,
Oh,
California, somewhere, Southern California, I think.
Well, if there's anything I've learned from volleyball is like she probably knows half the team from
yeah.
some random
Of
club or like
course.
3 degrees of Kevin Bacon
No, sure. She
of the
probably
Yeah.
knows. Yeah.
volleyball
She
world.
knows Kevin
Yeah.
Bacon?
Yep.
Yeah, for
Wow.
sure.
She was in Footloose.
That's
She probably
crazy.
wasn't even
Yeah.
born.
Well, she was the baby in Footloose.
The
Yeah.
baby
You
in
know, the
Footloose.
famous baby that's in
The famous baby in
Footloose.
Footloose
The
that dances,
baby.
it gets
Yeah.
arrested for
Yeah.
dancing.
No, the baby is in the arms while the
The
mom is
corrupted
dancing.
baby. Yeah,
That's right.
of course.
The baby
That's Kendall
born of
Kidd.
the illicit dancing in the town.
Commit. Yeah, I feel bad for them.
Yeah.
Jill Gillen, they zoomed into the timeout huddle at one point, and it was like the sounds of Angel Perez, and we could not hear them. And I really wanted to, more than
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
More than you can imagine. I wanted to know what
Yeah.
Angel Perez was saying in the timeout.
Well,
And they
that's
had the
what
graphic
like
up and it wasn't working.
I can't imagine either like because you know when they do that in the NBA or something, it's always you know the teams get to decide like, hey, you can't keep in any of the actual strategy.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
So it
just like,
just
let's
seems
go,
like
guys.
everything that coaches say is like, be better at playing basketball. Like you
There's
have
like-
to do
Or
better
there's just a
basketball.
beep, beep, beep,
Yeah,
beep,
yeah.
beep.
And it's like this. So, but yeah, I don't know that they're doing a lot of that in the PVF broadcast. So you might actually like get to hear some cool stuff.
Right, totally. So then that's why they just scrapped the whole idea.
Get it.
But then taunted us and let us think that it could have happened.
What a tease.
But I did see like Jill Gillen is very much like a voice in the huddle who's like, come on, guys, and like trying to teach and tell different players what's open. And like I can see that she's trying to be an active member
Yeah.
of what's happening here, but like
she's not getting playing time.
she's not getting any playing time.
Yeah.
And are her numbers that bad? I mean, it's not like they're that bad.
I think so.
Shit.
I'm not
I mean,
sure
it's
that
not a
she's
huge
had,
sample size this
yeah, I'm
year,
not sure
but
she's
yeah.
had any like games where she's been put in and really turned things around.
But like all these other pin hitters are, I mean, just outsides are like not.
Yeah, that's true. You're
So
right.
it's like, why not?
I mean, she literally got in for 1 point against Orlando. I don't know what that's about.
Just to say
To
she did.
serve?
I don't know.
Oh, to serve and miss it, actually.
Oh,
Sorry.
fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. There's still more to learn. That
There really
she's
She's
still
is.
her.
she can still
I
have
clicked
quite the
through.
career.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, for sure. But it looks like her efficiency right now is 116,
Oh, I thought you
That's
were about to say
29
fine.
kills.
106. I thought you were about to say 160, and I was like, oh, it's not so bad.
It's
160.
29 kills on 112 attempts.
Oof.
I mean, both of these other outsides hit worse than that.
Yeah, but her average is 29 kills over 23 sets played, so she's averaging 1.2 kills per set played.
Yeah, but they're just throwing her in to not even hit
Yeah,
sometimes. Another piece of gossip, XOXO, what we've heard from the internet, allegedly,
Allegedly.
is that Angel is talking to Tom Com.
Ooh.
And you know, time of recording is March 11th. This will come out on the 13th. Will this already be out there by then? Will it be dispelled? Will it be outright wrong?
I don't know, listeners, you're in the future right now, okay? You tell us.
You're in the future.
what's
But
it
that's
like
but
there?
that's what they're saying.
Be sweet.
It's interesting to me that Angel thinks it's a setter problem. I think it's an outsides
I
and a
mean,
passing
maybe
problem. But
from what we
also,
saw of Tomcom last year, it is maybe he feels like it's harder to fix the passing problem. So you get a setter that can do like a some sort of backwards bridge to set it from wherever.
Yeah.
maybe she's notorious for just looking at people and being like, pass me better.
Yeah. Just willing it to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Where is she right now? Where's she playing?
I don't think she's playing.
What?
She has
Just
not
chilling.
played since Mojo last year. She went back to Thailand. And I think that she was just like, I'm cool.
Yeah, gonna take a little break.
Yeah, I'm sure like it's also like, let's see what offers come, but maybe I just won't take one and I'll end up soft retiring.
Yeah, a soft retirement. That's what that maybe that's what it is. A soft.
I mean, she's got to be almost 40 now.
I think so. There's been some
Not
stuff,
everyone
some
can be Kelly and be like so efficient and into their, mid 30s.
In my in our adult league.
there's been some speculation that's like, oh, maybe it's like The Office that's trying to get more views from by like signing an international player. And it's like, I don't think that
I
it's The
think I
Office. I think
think
it's on hell.
I think Fury they probably just want to win.
Yeah,
I probably want to
at this
make some
point,
make some moves.
what YouTube views aren't going to help you win.
Yeah.
He must like, yeah, I like your idea of it just being like much harder to fix some other problems. My best hypothesis as to what went on is that he thought he was going to get some people who are playing abroad right now.
Ah.
Yeah.
Like he thought he would get them from the beginning of the season. And maybe
Mm,
now it's like, no, I'll talk to you in April or something. You know, like
yeah.
at the best is it's a later thing. But
Yeah.
that's what I think that he placed some bets on some people that didn't pan out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But we'll see
Yeah.
if our girl does a
Who
little
is
victory lap. Who have we not talked about? Did we talk about everybody? Are we
yeah,
done?
we
Yeah, I
did.
think Orlando is really the only one we didn't do a ton of, but
Oh.
Well, listen,
there's not
I
much to
love
do because
Orlando.
they're in first place and they're really good. And, you know, Lindsay Vanderweide, though,
Yeah, she had a good game.
She came in and did a thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
15 kills.
Yeah, she was a really nice spark plug of energy. Adora did not start at all.
Mm-mm. It was just Courtney and Lindsay.
What do you think that was about?
Was that their only game of the week?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Maybe, see, like that feels like a sneaky,
Rest.
nice way to be like, you
Sneaky
can get a
rest.
player like a whole week
Yeah.
away.
Oh,
If it's like we have one game this week and I won't start you, like you can actually rest.
I guess Ian's interpretation of Amy's choices when she sits Adora this year
It's
I mean,
different.
listen,
uh, is
it's
different.
obvious to me that like this is an
Amy
act
knows what she's
purely of
doing.
respect.
All of a sudden, Amy is the
No,
best.
no. Just see, like I will find a way to make it that I was right, and that like now she's come around and she respects Adora so much
Right.
that she's giving her a spring break and being like, "You go to Universal,
You go
you go to
go
Harry
ride the
Potter World,
rides.
Stay up
yeah,
late. Don't worry.
you have some butter beers at Universal Studios. We'll play the Fury." Also, I think like I said
She
earlier
was
this
not
season,
at or Universal.
my
Just for the
favorite
record.
coaching move so far this year, though, despite my Amy Polly beef of last year, was the Amy Polly move where she tried to snake someone off the waiver wire when they were trying to do like some waiver wire fuckery, and Amy Polly's like, "I'll just claim them." Like, what are you doing? And they're like, "Oh shit!" Not to put it like that's good. We like that.
No, you're right. That those are more points in the for Amy
Yeah,
column.
that's good. That's good stuff. That's
It
the
is really
intrigue I
good.
want.
That was so good. Can someone do it again? Do it again. Do it again.
Nikki wants it.
Fun little trade. All right, good stuff. Thanks for listening to Court Captains, a volleyball podcast. Please give us 5 stars on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and like and subscribe on YouTube if you like what you're hearing. Support small podcasts. And if you don't like what you're hearing, then please just go ahead and mind your business. Follow us on Instagram at Court Captains Pod and email us your questions or comments at courtcaptainspod@gmail.com.
Don't forget to be the captain of your own court.
Whoa, I needed
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really take it to heart.
Always.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.